I'm a nerd, and I grew up here in West Tennessee, and it wasn't until after college that I really kind of got into technology.
One of the things that I think is most amazing about Dev Catalyst is that if a student were to finish the entire program, they really would have a nice skill set of full stack development, both being versatile in front-end and back-end languages. And then they also develop the professional skills they need to market themselves in today's workplace.
About 4 years ago, we went to a tech conference, and as we sat there and listened, we felt like it was really a great opportunity for our local public high school to improve their technology education. And so as we sat and listened, we felt like there was no reason we couldn't try to bring this back to our home.
It's not just about the videos and the online learning, but we're actually incorporating teachers and real educators. So we can take a teacher that is passionate about technology and passionate about these students and give them the tools and resources that they need to be able to teach these students real world skills that can help them get an amazing job in technology.
JCM Early College High was built on the concept that all students were capable of going to college and of receiving training in the secondary area. And so a lot of our students will be first generation college students. The Dev Catalyst program came along, and we were looking for something to encourage our students to use the web design class in a very practical way.
It is a wonderful program. We're from Atlanta, we moved here, never heard of Dev Catalyst, but when my child came to early college, she got so involved in the program, in the class, that it just developed a lot of those skills she's gonna need, the grit that she's gonna need to be successful in the future. To be honest, a lot of the kids at early college may not have opportunities to go outside of Tennessee. So the fact that she was able to, to travel so far and to go to Google and to see all of the, all of the things she saw while she was in San Francisco was amazing. I've never been to California, and what she saw, what she learned, what she brought back has changed my child.
Before I started the coding class, I knew virtually nothing about coding. To me, coding was something that only magical people in California could do, and it involved years of training, and coding was something inaccessible in my mind. So it was amazing to me that students my age could actually learn coding.
It is critical for programs like Dev Catalyst to be in schools. If we want our students to have the opportunities to be competitive in the tech industry, they need to get those foundational skills now.
I could not do what I'm doing in my classroom without the support that we get from theCO. For one thing, the San Francisco trip is a tremendous motivation for my students. I tell them on day one, okay, by the end of the year, this is where we want to be. I want as many of you who want to go on the trip to be able to have a shot at this trip. It is an incredible experience. I went 2 years ago. It's an amazing experience, and whatever they do at theCO, they do first class. They don't scrimp, they do it right. So I can promise you, I tell them, you will want to be on this trip. It will be a life-changing experience for you.
So one of the things that was really exciting, I thought, when we were working on Dev Catalyst is making sure that we were teaching the students the right stuff and kind of giving that resource that I wish that I had had when I was learning to create websites.
I think one of the things that makes Dev Catalyst different is that it's actually in the schools. It's something that the kids are introduced to, not so much as something they have to go out and look for, but they can take a taste and see if they like it. I think in a lot of times, typical coding programs require a really big jump to say, okay, now I've decided I want to be a coder. Well, when you're in high school, you don't know. You're trying on lots of different hats. You don't know what you're going to do yet. And being able to actually take a taste and see if you like it, see if you're good at it, not listen to anybody's idea of what a coder looks like or how a coder needs to act or dress. you're just finding yourself when you're in high school and testing lots of different avenues, and Dev Catalyst is a great way for the kids to have a taste of what's really becoming the careers of the future.
When we were talking with the students originally about if this was going to be something that could work here in our local schools, one of the students stood up and asked if we were going to be doing object-oriented programming in there. And I remember thinking, that is the most awesome and geeky question I've ever heard, and you are my people. I knew right then that there were smart students here, there's smart students in Vermont or New Mexico or any state in the union.
It's not just exciting to think about tech for tech's sake, but when you start thinking about what you can use tech for, or the kinds of things that you can apply technology and your skills to, that becomes exciting.
Dev Catalyst has definitely exposed me to areas that I've never experienced before in my life. Without Dev Catalyst, I would not have had the exposure to coding that I have now.
Dev Catalyst is important because it helps students discover their talents.
The surprising thing I learned is that it doesn't just take brains and just math and science all together just to create a website. You need soft skills in order to work with it and be able to put that stuff together to create a website and to be able to hold it like glue so it could, you know, work, function. There you go, function.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
There are kids in your school.
There are kids in your school.
Kids in your school.
With tremendous potential.
With tremendous potential.
For a career in tech.
They just need an opportunity.